This is Miss A, and I'm going to show you how to make a color wheel with the look of birds. And you see I have just 6 circles, and we're going to strategically place these circles so that you will also see complementary colors and the primary colors in their places, so there won't be any confusion. And you can use the ball of your fist to trace around circles, or you can use tape inside the roll of tape, or I have bottle caps here for you guys to trace you know, a somewhat perfect circle. So here we go for our color wheel. Drew something on the back. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our circle or our hand, or just free draw a circle on one side, and I'm using my paper horizontal or landscape. So I have one circle, and then on the other side, right opposite, I'm going to draw another circle. Now, where are the other circles going to go? The birds are going to be in between, but I'm going to put 2 circles on the top, right beside one another, towards the middle, like this. And I don't have to be perfect. And then 2 more circles right opposite, so they'll all fit together like birds of a feather. Okay, 2 more circles on the bottom. Now we are going to make our birds. So I'm going to draw beaks and feathers for wings and the eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do, you can draw a triangle, you can draw the letter M, you can draw these inside if you like. You can draw the triangles inside for the beak. You can draw a V, or you can draw, you know, again, the upside down V. And I'm going to make this one go in another direction. I'm going to draw the eyes here. And then I'm going to draw wings. So you can draw a continuous M, or you can draw like clouds. Drawing all of this in pencil first, but if you really want to get started, you can do the pause button and draw with the crayon, because I'd like to make a resist also, make sure those birds pop out. Let's see, I'm like losing. And last, I'm going to do legs. And again, you can put the legs anywhere. They're a line, and then a V that goes over that line. They can go anywhere. All these little birds are doing all sorts of twists and turns. But they're going to show you, or you're going to show them, how to make a color wheel out of these cute little birds. And last, do I have everybody? Okay, now I'm going to draw an outline around them just so that they'll pop. You can use a marker too, but I want also to make a resist out of this using the black crayon. So I'm tracing over my lines in pencil. Get those legs in. And draw carefully, patiently. First video I did of this, I wanted to do it again because I wanted to do the outline first. I missed legs of this bird. Okay, now we're ready for the paint. And I'm using gel food colors from Walmart. And just in case you don't have any watercolors, these were really cheap. And I'm just going to use the 3 primary colors, which are blue, red, and yellow. They are what they are. That's how we see first these primary colors. And there's some videos online that I put up that teach you what the primary colors are and when you mix them to make the secondary colors. So the first I'm going to do is I use these only blue, red, and yellow, and I'm going to put some water into my palette. You see I'm not squeezing the brush, I'm dipping and adding just plain water to my palette. I don't recommend taking a bowl and pouring the water in because you're going to make a mess, and I don't want any of this food dye anywhere on the furniture. So I'm just dipping and laying it against the edge of the palette so I have enough water. And I am going to clean my brush every time I use this paint or food dye. I do not know how they will react to sunlight. Sometimes I think that they're going to fade, but time will tell. But just for the purpose of making this color wheel. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, and you can start anywhere on your color wheel. And I'm going to start with every other bird is going to have the primary color. So I'm going to start with yellow, and I'm going to dip my brush in the yellow, and I'm going to color in the first bird in yellow. And then I'm going to clean my brush, swish the bottom, and then I'm going to skip a bird and make the second primary color. This is red. And if you don't like the way the water is laying down on or the watercolor, you can always go over back with the crayon or marker. I'm going to skip the bird and I'm going to put the last primary color, the third, and it's blue. And I'm going to color in that third. I wanted that outline in crayon, so you'll see that if you do this with the watercolor, it'll resist the food dye. It'll resist the watercolor because the crayon is wax. Okay, so the next step is to mix the colors, and I'm not going to mix them in the palette. I'm going to mix them on my paper. And I'm going to start with the red and the yellow, and its mixture is going to become a secondary color. And I'm going to start with the lightest color first. And if you want, add water. And then instead of dipping into my red, I'm going to clean my palette, clean my brush, and I'm going to put the red, my clean brush in the red to make the mixture, the secondary color, how the yellow and the red react, which is orange. The next step is I'm going to mix the yellow and the blue. And I'm going to do yellow first. I clean my brush and I'm going to put a wash of color of the yellow. And when I'm done, I'm not going to go right to the blue because it'll mix up the blue. I want the blue to stay. And I've cleaned my brush by swishing, and I'm going to dip my brush in the blue and go over the yellow water color with the blue, and it will reveal green. And if it's not green enough or bright enough, once it dries, we'll go over again with crayon to make sure. And last,